Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Bethany, and today's recipe I'm going to be showing you how to make crispy chicken cutlets with a garden salad. This is a very refreshing version of chicken cutlets. It's summery, it's bright, but you still have that crispy Parmesan chicken cutlet. It's great for summer, and I'm excited to share it with you. So let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing that we'll get started is our salad. I love the salad in this. I'm just using garden ingredients. I just figured chicken cutlets would be really refreshing with a garden salad on top because they're already kind of rich from the oils and the breading. So a salad is the perfect way to lighten things up. And I'm gonna do some cherry tomatoes. I'm excited for my tomatoes to come into the garden, but probably a few more weeks until that happens. Then I have 2 cucumbers. This is real life. This is all I had in my fridge because I actually had a beautiful cucumber in my garden that I was going to use for this video. And my dog, he decided to go and take it and eat it. So I have like random pieces of cucumber in my fridge and I'm just going to use that. So I'm just going to slice them. And I did peel the skin. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This will be for a nice crunch. All right, next we'll do a little bit of red onion. Thinly slice this. If you don't like onion, you don't have to include it. And then we have some sun-dried tomatoes. And when I first made this recipe, I actually didn't have them. And I thought to myself, the salad just needs like a bite of something. And I feel like sun-dried tomatoes are kind of like nature's anchovy. And I'm gonna roughly chop these up. We already have tomatoes in there, but the sun-dried just has just a more depth of flavor. I'll use about 4 sun-dried tomatoes. All right, and then we'll have a handful of fresh basil from the garden. I have so many herbs coming in right now, so any chance I can get to throw them into anything, I am doing that. Plus, I love fresh basil. Put that in our salad. All right, so then to dress our salad, we'll do about a 1/3 cup or a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I don't really measure when I'm throwing this salad together. And then we'll do a couple tablespoons, like 3 of red wine vinegar, a little bit of garlic powder, probably like a 1/4 teaspoon, and then a healthy pinch of both black pepper and some salt. And we'll toss that together. I love salads like this. I'm eating this type of salad all summer long, so this is really what I have every day. I'll try a little cucumber, see how everything tastes. Tastes great. Don't think I need any more salt. So we'll set this aside and get our chicken cutlets ready to go. All right, so for our chicken cutlets, I have 2 chicken breasts here, and I'm gonna cut these into cutlets, because that's what makes a cutlet, is a chicken breast cut in half. So I'll take it lengthwise right here. And the reason that traditional cutlets are, have chicken breast is because a chicken breast is just too thick. I've tried them with a chicken breast and it's just too much. Okay, so I'm gonna wash my hands quick, but before we do that, I put the chicken breasts in between plastic wrap and we're gonna pound them out between that. Now, we're just gonna pound these out. This is for tenderizing, breaking down those muscle fibers, but also we want even chicken cutlets. We want everything to cook, for the most part, as evenly as possible. So we'll pound these out to 1/4 inch thickness. That looks good. I'm gonna transfer these back onto my plate and we'll get ready to bread these. So for our breading mixture, we're going to do 1/2 cup each of panko breadcrumbs and homemade breadcrumbs. The combination of that is gonna give a really nice texture, that crispy breading, but the finer breadcrumbs are gonna help it stick better. I just made those myself, so I did bread in a blender, blended the one batch really fine, and then the other one just did a little less to have it be like a panko type of texture. To the breadcrumbs, I like to add, I'm running out of garlic powder. We're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, because we're gonna do some Parmesan cheese in here, so we don't need a lot. Generous crack of black pepper, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. And then about a 1/3 cup of freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano. This is gonna add that cheesy breading that makes a chicken cutlet what it is. You don't always have to use cheese, but I like to use it because it adds more flavor, and I love cheese. So there is one viewer on YouTube that always comments about how if I don't include cheese, that we're not on the cheese train anymore. Just mix that together. Then we have our eggs, and I'm not gonna actually just do eggs. We're gonna add some herbs to this to add a little bit more flavor. So I'm just gonna do 2 eggs. And then I have some really finely chopped fresh herbs from the garden. So this is parsley and basil. And I really finely chopped that because that way it's gonna be able to stick to the cutlets. If it's like thick chops of it, it just doesn't really stick. So this is a nice way to incorporate some fresh herbs. I'm also gonna put some salt in there and salt in our flour over here. Season every layer. Just a little pinch and we'll mix that together. I love fresh herbs, so this is a nice way to incorporate them into the cutlets. Okay, now we'll get our chicken cutlets out of the fridge and we'll get ready to bread these. Before I bread the chicken cutlets, I'm just drying them off a little bit with some paper towels, just so that we don't have a lot of moisture preventing them from the breading sticking. So first, dip it in our flour. As I mentioned, I put a generous pinch of salt in there, just to season all of our breading layers. Then we'll go into our herbed egg mixture, and then into our breadcrumbs. And just really pack that in. And then I'll lay that on a sheet lined with some parchment paper. And honestly, if you don't want to use flour, you totally don't have to. Sometimes I skip the flour altogether. It's just there to help the breading stick, but I really had no issue with the breading sticking without it, so. Okay, so to cook the chicken cutlets, we have a big stainless steel pan here. I like to use the biggest one that I have just because the cutlets can get pretty big and you want to make sure that they have room to cook. So I've had this preheating. I like to do that before I add my oil just to prevent any sticking. So since we used some sun-dried tomatoes in our salad, I thought it would be nice to use some of the oil to cook the chicken in. So I have some olive oil and I'll put that in our pan. We've got a hot pan already. Might be a little too hot. And I'll put a little bit more of this cooking oil that I have. Okay, so the oil is shimmering. That's when you know the pan is hot. And then I'm gonna just take probably 2 of my chicken cutlets, put them in here. Some people use more oil than this. I don't really like them to be floating in oil, just to keep it a little bit healthier. So we're gonna cook these probably for 3 to 5 minutes. It's just gonna depend on the size of them, the thickness, probably closer to 4 to 5 minutes each side. And they're gonna be fully cooked when we're done. So we want them to be golden on each side and then fully cooked through. Okay, so we did our first flip of the chicken cutlets. And what I like to do is once they're fully cooked, I use clean tongs to transfer them out of the pan, just because these touch the raw chicken. So I like to just keep that in mind. But I'm still gonna use these for my uncooked ones that we still have to cook. But I did just wanna say that if you wanna make your chicken cutlets in advance, one thing that's nice to do is you can, 'cause it's not really the easiest thing to like whip this together, you can bread your cutlets and then put them in the fridge, and that way they'll actually, the breading will hold a little bit more to them. So you can just put them on a tray, put them in the fridge, and then cook them when you wanna make dinner. So just one thing to keep in mind. Cook these for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. I'm gonna use my clean tongs to transfer these out. Okay, so we'll set those to the side. So I'm gonna add some more oil to my pan. And then we'll cook the remaining chicken cutlets. So to serve this up, put some chicken cutlets on a plate. And these look really nice and crispy. You can actually do like the knife test That's what you want that breading to sound like. Then we have our salad over here. And you want to serve the salad over top when you're ready to eat this. Otherwise, that crispy breading is going to get soggy. These smell amazing. You can just smell all those herbs and the Parmesan breadcrumbs. So good. And then we have our salad. So we'll put this over top. This looks so fresh. Drizzle that over top with the dressing. And that is your chicken cutlet with garden salad. So now we can taste it. Okay, so we are going to taste it. I have Drew here to taste.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Haven't seen you since the sub video.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, but you've tasted this a lot throughout the testings that I've done, so you have to let me know. I think this one looks pretty good. I love how the chicken cutlets came out with, like, you can see the herbs and the eggs. Really excited with how they look.
So crispy and flavorful. I like that a lot. You would think that maybe the salad would make it kind of soggy, but the chicken is super crispy.
Yeah, it holds up.
And the herbs are amazing in that chicken.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I love that.
It's so good. It is so good with the herbs in the salad, the herbs in the breading. And like I said, I feel like chicken cutlets can be kind of heavy, but this lightens it up. I feel like the acid and the vegetables just like cut through that and just make it a light, refreshing summer dish. So
Completely agree.
it's so good. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thanks for all the support, and feel free to support our channel by liking the video, subscribing, commenting, and if you're already doing that, thank you so much. But yeah, as always, I'll catch you in the next video, and I will see you in the comments.